Hi, I'm Sigis Hernan. I live in Santo Niño Village, Poblacion, Pangantucan, Bukidnon. And in this video, I will tell you my greatest experiences in my internship this mid-year.
Moving away to the sea for a getaway, car top down and we're driving just to feel young. Moving away to
Week 1. During our week 1, we have no activity yet because in the first day, I only waited for my enrollment. In the second day, I was enrolled and I was very happy that I got enrolled. When we have our meeting, we have so much fun while meeting with Ma'am Taban because she is very cheerful and we play the game What's the Givers. During that time, we have so much fun because everyone really engaged in answering the gibberish word. It is a fun week because I know that this mid-year will be wonderful. Week 2. In our week 2, this week where our first internship takes place. From June 28 to July 2, we experienced different cacao farming activities like bagging, grafting, transplanting, weeding, and on Friday, we attended our weekly meeting. Doing this task was not easy for us because we are new to this thing and we are scared that we might commit failure that might cause Mr. Kalunod to be angry. But we are wrong. Mr. Kalunod is a very good person to us and he always tells us that we must not be afraid to commit failure because in failure there is lesson and you make that lesson as stepping stone so that you will be a successful person in life. It is a very fun week because we are happy in what we are doing.
Get off your seat, clap your hands to the beat, grab your champagne glass tonight.
Week 3. In this week, we are very much energetic all throughout the week because we have so many interesting things that we do. From July 5 to July 9, we employed different activities such as harvesting and wrapping of cacao fruits, bagging for the seeds and checking our grafted cacao, and the most unexpected task was making a pig pen for the newborn pigs. We are not bored while doing our tasks because Mr. Ben Kalunod is always besides us, making lectures about his life and experiences. I am so much amazed on how Mr. Kalunod shares us his experiences that according to him, in his life, he engaged in many crop farming from rice, corn, coffee, and many more, but he fell in love with cacao farming because he said that if you love something, you are not tired or bored doing it. Instead, you are always happy. And he tells us this joke. Sa cacao farming, mura ra kag dula-dula pero dako na kag income. Week 4. In this week, we are finally be able to experience cacao products processing. From July 12 to 16, we have employed different activities such as harvesting, pruning, spraying of foliar fertilizer, and our first step in the cacao processing. We have so much fun while doing the activity because aside from this is our first time, this is also the time we have tried foliar fertilizing, and as you can see in my daily diary, we have no PPEs because according to Mr. Kalunod, foliar fertilizer is not harmful to you. To tell you honestly, fertilizing is a very hard work because the tank is very heavy and if you are not anad in the work, you will greatly get fatigue and other back issues while doing the task. And in processing the cacao, it is hard because we have very kurog na mga kamot. But nevertheless, it is a fun thing to do because we are not scolded rather than taught always by Mr. Kalunod that no worries, it is okay to commit failure, just learn from it and keep moving forward. By week 5, we are mainly focused on cacao product processing. Since this is our last week, we have to provide more effort in doing our task. We have packed out almost 1,000 tablea or Bencals products and harvested many ripened fruits. We have only harvested cacao because the Department of Agriculture here in Pangantucan are in need of 5,000 seedlings. That's why Mr. Ben Kalunod give his harvested cacao fruits, we continue on to packaging, bagging, harvesting, grafting, pruning in our last weeks, because in this way we really feel that we are working hard in this internship.
Glass tonight, we toast to freedom in the Caribbean. Yeah, in the Caribbean.
In my week 6, we have only more on cacao product processing because Mr. Ben Kalunod have no seedlings to be planted, and we have only finished grafting many cacao seeds. Spraying foliar fertilizer is not easy because aside from the heavy tank load, we have so much area to cover, but nevertheless it is so much fun while you do it with a companion. Here is an example video while we are doing our task. Holding the finished products of cacao plant is hard if you are newbie to this endeavor. Here in the video, you can see the two different techniques that are employed by Mr. and Mrs. Kalunod in molding cacao. Grafting a cacao first requires a shunt, which is the part that you will put together in a plant. The resulting varieties of the grafted cacao will depend on the varieties that you combine. Here is an example video that you can see while we are grafting our cacao.
To the sea for a getaway, car top down and we're driving just to feel young. Moving away to the sea, moving away, can't you see? Sand in your feet, feel the breeze in the summertime. Stars in the sky, one dime for a first time.
Grinding the cacao seeds takes time because it can take you many hours while doing it. We do the grinding later in the afternoon because there might be visitors in the morning that can stop the production. And grinding of cacao seeds is a continuous process because it will get hard if you get not mold it after finishing grinding. It takes us 5 to 6 repetitions so that the finished product is okay to use. Lessons that I learned from my internship is that we must love what we are doing and everything will take its place. I was amazed on how Mr. Ben Kalunod taught us the proper way of planting until the post-harvest of cacao farming. I am very happy that Mr. Ben Kalunod is our internship advisor. I learned on the proper grafting, dehulling, bagging, segregation, seed planting, foliar spraying, and fertilizing, and especially food processing. I learned not only while working, but also I was captivated by the experiences of Mr. Ben Kalunod on what are the choices he made in his life that he is happily doing right now. I learned that cacao farming is indeed profitable rather than the other crops because, as I can see, if you are a very hardworking person and creative, you can make many products out of cacao plant, from making cacao powder, cacao bars, cacao tea, and even cacao wine if you will have the machines to create this. I learned that cacao farming is very wonderful because, as Mr. Ben Kalunod said, mura ra kag gadula-dula aning cacao farming pero dako na kag income nga maabot. And the most important lesson that I get from Mr. Ben Kalunod is that if you will be given a choice to live in the urban or in the rural areas, choose rural areas because you will be able to develop your skills working here in the rural area and not be dependent on someone else. You will be able to see yourself grow by just doing farming as long as you have put your mind and soul into it.